What it do? How you doing? I am back with another video. Today, EandE family, I'm showing you how to make a spice cake.
General Chang.
So as with any good cake recipe, this recipe is going to start with 2 sticks of room temperature softened butter. To our softened butter, we're going to start with a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. And we're also going to add a cup of packed brown sugar. So we're going to get our paddle down in our mixer, and we're going to get this mixed around until everything is a light and fluffy consistency. So for about 3 to 5 minutes. So next we're going to add 3 room temperature eggs. And as always, EandE family, if you don't feel comfortable cracking your eggs over the bowl, crack them in a separate bowl so that you can look for any shells or imperfections. So that's 3 room temperature eggs. Next, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Next, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You can use canola oil as well, but it gives your cake an extra layer of moisture. So 3, you can do 4 as well. And next we're going to add in a cup of unsweetened applesauce. This also helps your cake to maintain its moisture level. If you're using these, you would just use 2 of these. That would be 1 cup. Otherwise, you would just measure out a cup of unsweetened applesauce. So that's all of the wet ingredients that we're going to add for now. So I'm going to put my paddle back down in my mixer, and we're going to mix this up just until the ingredients we added are combined with our butter and sugar. So for about 2 to 3 minutes. So next we're going to get our dry ingredients added. So I'm using cake flour. Of course, you can always use your all-purpose flour, but I'm using cake flour for this. And this is going to be 2½ cups of cake flour. So next we're going to add a teaspoon of baking powder. We're going to add a teaspoon of baking soda. We're going to add a teaspoon of salt. We're going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon. We're going to add a teaspoon of ground ginger. Next we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. And we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of clove. So we're going to get our dry ingredients down in with our wet ingredients. So I've got my bowl back on our mixer, and the last thing we're going to add is a cup of room temperature buttermilk. We're going to add this in gradually as this mixes up. We don't want to overmix our batter because, as I always tell you, when you overmix your batter, it causes for a very tough cake. So we're going to let this go just until everything is combined. So for about 2 to 3 minutes. So today I'm just using my oblong pan to put this cake in. You can turn them into cupcakes, you can do rounds, whatever you want. But today this is what I'm doing. And I'm just adding a little Baker's Joy flour and oil in a can. Makes it easier for you so that our cake doesn't stick. And the only thing left to do is to put our batter in the pan. As we do with all of our cakes, give her a shimmy in the shape. And tap her lightly. And this is what your unbaked spice cake should look like. So we're going to bake this in a 335-degree oven until the toothpick in the center comes out clean. Next, when we come back, I'm going to show you how to make the cream cheese frosting to go on top of this spice cake. You don't want to miss this. Y'all don't go nowhere. So now we're ready for this buttercream or cream cheese rather frosting. So in my bowl, I have 2 sticks of room temperature softened butter. To that, we're going to add some cream cheese. Now, normally you would just add a block of cream cheese to your mixture, but this was the only thing my grocery store had today. They didn't have the blocks. So I'm going to add some of this and kind of guesstimate. And it's probably actually the entire thing that I'm going to add. We're not going to even guesstimate, y'all. Because this is about the equivalent of a block of cream cheese. So I'm going to add this entire container. Now I'm going to put my whisk attachment down on my mixer, and we're going to get this mixed up until it is a fluffy consistency. So we're going to let it go for about 5 to 10 minutes. So that has been beating for about 5 minutes. 10 minutes really isn't all that necessary. So next I'm going to add some vanilla extract. I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're going to add our powdered sugar. How much powdered sugar you add depends on the amount of sweetness you like. I'm going to start with 2 cups of powdered sugar. And if I need to add any more than that, I will. I'm just eyeballing this, but you definitely can take out your measuring cups for this. So about 2 cups of powdered sugar. And I'm going to get my whisk back down in my mixer and turn it on. I also have some room temperature milk here in case I need to add a little room temperature milk to thin it out. So let's go. Now let's get a taste test to make sure we have enough powdered sugar in here. Perfect. Y'all been here before. You already know what's going to happen. When we come back, we are going to get a taste of our cooled cake with our cream cheese frosting. You don't want to miss this. Y'all don't go nowhere. Look at that. The perfect amount of frosting. This cake looks absolutely amazingly delicious. Let's get a taste, y'all. It's a spice cake. You can taste all the spices, giving you all the feels of fall. Very moist. The oil we added, the unsweetened applesauce, gives your cake, this type of cake, an extra layer of flavor. The cream cheese frosting is absolute perfection. Good. Try this out. Try it out. I'm telling you, your friends and family, they're going to absolutely love this.
This is General
As
Chang.
I always tell you, friends, I promise you will not be disappointed. And that's it for today, EandE family. Like, share, comment on this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification so that you can be notified when a new video is uploaded. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. The links are in the description box below. And as always, EandE family, don't forget to live a little and love a lot. Y'all be easy. Peace. Try this out. I'm telling you. Y'all don't want to steer you wrong. Bye, y'all.